What is up, future millionaires? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Ellie Talks Money. And in today's video, I really want to get super open and transparent with you guys and talk to you about 4 habits that have really changed my life and I truly believe have made me become a millionaire and stay a millionaire, because that's key, right? We often talk about making money, but keeping money and consistently making that same amount of money as a business owner is super key. So yeah, these are 4 habits that have really helped me, and I believe they're really going to help you too. So grab your notebook, grab a pen, and let's get into these gems.
Ellie talks money to create the better days. Business, money, life, the Ellie way.
All right, y'all, come back on into the video. So I just want you guys to comment down below, what is your ideal money goal, right? So if there's a set amount of money you would love to make every year, what is that number? I want you to comment that down below, because this really ties into one of the first habits that changed my life, and that is affirmations and really speaking my goals into existence. You know, so much of the time we shy away from even just saying to ourselves what our goals are and affirming what our goals are, because they seem like big, they seem unachievable. But I want to tell you guys that when I started my business back in 2020 at my mom's house with my 4 kids just after divorce, I had just received the stimulus check and I decided I was going to put it to work. And in that moment, right, I was like, if I could just start making $10,000 a month, I would be good. I could move out. Me and my kids could, just have a good life. And it occurred to me, you know what? If I aim for 10K, that's all I'm going to get. So let me just aim for it all. Let me just start affirming more. And I started to believe and say that I was going to make $1 million even before I had even made my first $5,000. And affirming that every day, speaking it every day, even though I wasn't seeing it in my account yet, is literally a habit that not only made me my first million in 10 months, but allowed me to keep repeating that outcome, allowed me to keep earning, to keep making millions. And that's why I want to encourage you. You've got to say those goals. You've got to write them down. You've got to say, I am going to make X amount of money. My business is going to achieve X amount of sales. I am a 7-figure earner. I am an 8-figure earner, whatever it is. You've got to say it and believe it. So that's habit number 1, is affirmations. Now, habit number 2 is related to this, and this is really visualizing, okay? Because one thing I want you to understand is that saying it is one thing, but feeling it and seeing it in your mind is a different thing, okay? And this is what's also really connected to the work, right? So something I love to do is make vision boards. And this year I made a vision wall. So I couldn't find a board big enough for what I wanted to do. So I basically just took up a wall in my room and put all the images and affirmations on it that I want to look at, that I want to say every day, that remind me of what my ideal life looks like. These are things about my kids, my husband, houses, things I'm able to do, people I'm able to help, my parents, just all the things are on that wall. And this act of visualizing it, not only seeing it in front of you, but also seeing it in your head and then feeling what it's like, what it will be like to have that. You've got to operate now under the feeling of having what you are affirming even before you have it. And sometimes it's hard to get to that place, because it's like, well, how can I feel like a millionaire if my bank has $100, right? And I get it. Trust me, I get it. But it isn't so much as making up a story for yourself to believe, but it is, what is the joy that you're going to feel when you have the money that you need to retire your parents? What does that joy feel like? And start envisioning yourself feeling that now. What that does is it makes it very real to your mind, to your subconscious mind, that because your subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference. What it's going to do is take on that feeling and say, okay, we've got to make some things happen that are going to make this feeling a reality all the time, which then affects your work ethic, which then affects how you work for it. Because if you watch my other videos, I tell you guys all the time, you've got to have a really strong why in your business to want to keep pushing forward and doing it every day, right? A 9 to 5 is one thing, and that alone, you've got to have a why to want to get out of bed and go to work. But a business where it's all on you, you've really got to have a strong why to push yourself to keep pursuing this. And so by you visualizing the feeling and assuming the feeling and affirming it every day, your why strengthens, which then activates your work ethic to actually go out and get it. Because faith without works is what? Dead, okay? And affirmations without works is dead. Visualizing without works is dead. So all of this has to match up with working for it, showing up, being consistent, trying different strategies, even if it doesn't work, trying again. That is all connected. Now, this really leads me into habit number 3, which I know has been a huge factor in not only helping me to grow my business, but also in helping it to keep scaling up. And that is delegation, okay? Now, if you're like me, you're probably thinking, because I used to think, well, how am I gonna like hire someone? I don't even know if I have enough money. Why don't I just learn how to do it myself? I'm gonna save money if I do it myself, right? I was there for so long, right? I used to be up until 4 a.m. answering customer service emails, fixing stuff, tech support, just all the different things in the beginning of my business because I was afraid to spend money on hiring someone. But how I want you to shift your mindset is you've got to look at, all right, what is the value of my time? And if I'm able to use my time on something else to push my business forward by taking this task and giving it to someone, what can I gain from getting my time back? And typically what you're going to gain is so much more than the amount you're not even losing it, but the amount that you are giving to a person to take this task off of your plate. That's why delegation is so powerful, because now instead of you being in charge of all the things, you can find someone on Fiverr, on Upwork, on onlinejobs.ph, on LinkedIn, to be responsible for 1 or 2 specific tasks, maybe at $250 a month, maybe $500 a month, maybe $1,000 a month, maybe more, depending on where you are in your business. And they're gonna own that lane. And now you freed up some space in your mind to focus on the things you need to focus on, which is content, which is marketing, which is, new ideas, which is serving your clients, all the things that are going to help you push your business forward. This is a habit that has completely made me more money, and it's also allowed me to believe that I could gain more, because when you step into the lane of delegating, now you're putting money in someone else's pocket. You're helping them to feed their family. You're helping them to achieve their goals. And it allows you to then aim for bigger goals, because now you're like, well, I want to make enough so that I can take care of me and my team. I want to make enough so I can take care of me, my team, and then maybe they can take care of their team. So it really increases everything. So don't be afraid of it, okay? And if you need more help with delegation, comment delegation, and I will definitely make another video about it. And the 4th habit that I really want to go over with you guys is, I actually wrote it down, and that's making decisions, okay? Let's be honest here. I have always been a pretty indecisive person. Like, I don't know why. I just overthink so much that then I don't make a decision. But something that I have definitely improved on, and I still have a ways to go, but is making decisions, and making decisions quickly, okay? When you've got 2 things, make a decision, right? Okay, look at the pros and cons, but then force yourself to make the decision and take action. Because if we allow ourselves to stay so much in the, well, I don't know what to do lane, then guess what? We're not doing anything. But when you make a decision, even if it turns out to be maybe the one you shouldn't have made, you've learned something, you've grown. Now you're able to go and say, okay, I know what that's like. Not gonna try that system, or not gonna try that strategy. Let me go and try this strategy. But the key is making the decision. And a lot of the time we are afraid to fail. We're afraid that something's not gonna work, which is why we don't take the step and do it. But when you're not taking the step and do it, you're not doing anything. There's no movement happening. Making a decision, even if it doesn't go the way you want, is still movement, is still progress. But not making a decision because you're afraid of what will happen is basically a sum total of 0. There is no progress being made. And I really realized that this habit allows for exponential growth to happen in your life, in your business, especially in your business, because you're making a decision, so you're not sitting still. And by you moving, trying, doing, you're gonna learn and then be able to pivot to try something different. Okay, so that's really, really important. And I would say that these 4 habits, when combined together, I mean, in 6 months, you'll be completely unrecognizable. And I would definitely say the last thing is, this is just a bonus one, right? But speaking your goals to yourself and then telling them to other people once you've achieved them or once you've already started the process. Because sometimes we speak our goals out to other people, like detailed goals, much too soon, and they discourage us. They say, well, are you sure? I don't know if it's possible. Well, what'd you think about this? And then before we know it, maybe our momentum is slowed down. So I've really learned that it's okay to say, yeah, this is what I want in life. Cool. But your specific ideas, your specific goals, the specific things you're working on, don't talk about them until you've achieved them. Okay, it's very, very important. It's going to help you get really far. So I want you guys to comment below which of these habits stuck out the most to you and which of these are you going to adapt right now. I want you to commit to one right now, and then we're going to touch base again. Now I want you guys to comment down below so you can get the link to my More Money Masterclass. I'll also make sure it's in the description. It's a free class, and I'm going to be showing you how to make more money this year in your business, with passive income, with Airbnb, and so much more, so you can have a fully well-rounded bank account and multiple streams of income. All right, so register for the class down below, and I will see you guys there. And don't forget to check out the next videos on the channel. Bye.